Hey vinyl community, what's up? Hope everybody is doing well. This is going to be another one of my videos where I answer viewer comments. If you're new to my channel, this is one of the things that I do on a weekly basis is I take the most interesting comments that I've received from the week before and I give a personal response just to show I care about you, to have that special connection with my viewers. Now, one of the things that I get a lot in comments are people who don't understand my channel. And I get that. I mean, 95% of the YouTubers out there, what you see is what you get. They are talking very seriously. Everything that they discuss, is above board. They're very genuine. They're very sincere. And I appreciate that. I love those channels. The thing with mine, though, is that, 75% of the time, I'm full of shit. What I am saying is for comedic effect. Not that I'm not serious about music. I'm totally serious about music. I love music. I love records. I love CDs. I'm serious about that. But the way that I approach a lot of my videos is from a place of, poking fun at myself, poking fun at some of, the most sacred cows in the vinyl community and just having fun with it, and sometimes I'm just trying to make myself laugh. Hopefully you find it's funny as well. But when you do that, when you post a video which is completely tongue-in-cheek, you always run the risk that there are going to be people who find your video and don't get it at all. They think I'm being completely serious. And that's where I run into a lot of trouble. I don't want to say trouble because, what trouble am I going to get in? But basically, a lot of people don't get it and they get offended because they think I am being serious. They don't get the joke. And so some of the comments that I got today, in particular, because I've had a couple of videos over the last week where I've really kind of put my foot in it. I've definitely said some things that are controversial in the name of comedy, but have been misinterpreted. People took them as serious and think that actually I am advocating things that I am really not advocating. I'm just trying to have some fun with it. So anyway, I'll get into the comments and maybe it'll all make a bit more sense. So the first comment that I'd like to respond to is from Mark Lastman, who is responding to my video, Record Shopping 101, What If Another Shopper Takes Your Grail? And Mark writes, "You are supposedly a grown man begging and lying for a record. These are the same techniques an addict uses to get money for drugs. Sounds like a child wanting a toy. You would probably take it home and never listen to it just to say you have it. Get a life." Now, Mark, man to man, a couple things that I want to educate you about. Probably Mark's not even watching this video. Who am I kidding? But if Mark were here, if Mark and I were having a dialogue, this is what I would say to Mark. So Mark, basically, if you think for 1 minute that I am going to get on a video and I am seriously going to tell people to lie, that I am seriously going to ask people to steal a grail out of somebody's hand using unscrupulous means, if you honestly think that I am going to sit here and tell people you should accuse somebody of shoplifting, get the police called on that individual, if you really think I am going to encourage people to pull a fire alarm just to get a record that they value dearly, yeah, I'm going to. Of course. We are talking a grail here. And Mark, I don't think you understand really, and I don't think you're a record collector, because if you are not willing to take any means necessary to get an album that you have been wanting for years and years, an album that means something deeply to you. Maybe it was an album you had in your childhood. Maybe it's an album that you need to complete a collection. Maybe it's an album that is very valuable, but it doesn't matter what the reason is, why it's a grail to you. But you can't be, seriously, you cannot be a record collector if you're not willing to absolutely do whatever it takes to get your hands on that record. So I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead, be offended at me, call my actions, addict behavior, call my behavior infantile. What else did you say? Oh, I'd probably take it home and never listen to it. Well, of course I'm not going to listen to it, because if I put the needle on the record and it slips, there's a scratch, and now I've just messed up my perfect record. And not that it's any of your business what I do with it. After I've stolen it, or I'm not saying I would steal it, I'd purchase the record. I would certainly, get it out of the hands of somebody who didn't deserve it as much as I did. But anyway, Mart, that's all I got to say to you, really. All right, next comment is, now this is somebody else who obviously didn't get the joke. This is from Guz69. All of your options involves a lie. What about telling the truth? Or maybe wait the guy outside the store and offer him a little more than he paid would set a deal. If not, well, be patient and move on. Let me break down your argument here and why this isn't going to work. Okay, number one, what about telling the truth? Well, what is the truth? That's my grail. That's the truth. And what's he going to say? Well, it's my grail too. Then where are we? We're at a stalemate. Problem is, he's got it and I don't. So who do you think wins in that situation? The guy who's got the grail, not me. Okay, so, all right, I've already knocked that argument out of the water. Second one, maybe wait the guy outside the store and offer him a little more than he paid. Okay, so that happens. The guy's already paid for the album. The album is his, and I go out and say, hey, I'll give you $20 more for that. He says, no, thank you, gets in his car and drives away. Where does that leave me? Tell you where it doesn't leave me. It doesn't leave me holding my favorite album, my grail, that I was this close to having. Okay? And why would I pay more for it when I can just as easily outmaneuver him in the store, outwit him, outsmart him? If he wanted it so bad, would he be willing to pull a fire alarm? Would he be willing to involve the police? So that argument doesn't hold any water either. So I'm not going to just be patient and move on. People who move on never get their grail. All right. Case closed. Now, next comment that I got, and this was, again, I'm a comedian. I'm not a comedian. I like to think I'm a comedian. I like to behave like I'm a comedian. And so part of that is, and I get it. You stumble on one of my videos, you've never seen another video that I've done before, you're watching it, you're thinking, what? Man, this is messed up. I'm sure that's what's going through your head. But anyway, so I did a video called, Am I a Record Addict? Now, one of the things that you need to understand is I exaggerate things for comedic effect. And it may shock many of you to know, no, never had an intervention. My wife is very supportive of the vinyl collecting and the record collecting that I do. We have a great relationship. She supports my record collecting. She encourages me to go to record stores. Here's a problem with that. That ain't funny. What is funny is the person whose wife is actually discouraging or gives him a hard time about his record collecting habits, that used to be me, okay? So I'm not trying to say like, oh, haha, anybody who is in that situation. I'm not trying to make fun of that, but I totally get how that could be a situation, and that would be rough. So let's have some fun with it. That's the spirit behind it. But no, but anyway, I put that video out, and all of a sudden my comment section turns into, the Dear Abby page of the local newspaper. But I appreciate the comment. I really do. Like, I am so touched by the fact that people are concerned that actually happened to me. And I feel kind of a little bad because it didn't happen to me. I was just, again, trying to fabricate a situation for, a couple of laughs. But let me set the record straight. The whole intervention thing, and some of these concepts, I think, are so ridiculous. There's no way anybody is going to believe that they're true. But I don't know, maybe I'm selling it so well that people do. And I do feel bad about that. If I have fooled anybody, and judging by some of the comments I've gotten, I absolutely did fool some people, but that's not my intent. I'm not trying to pull a fast one on people. I'm just hoping that the scenarios are so ridiculous that it's very clear I am full of shit. So anyway, the first comment I got from Jacob Reynolds: hey man, record collecting is fun and all, but please don't let it come before your family. Maybe spend some more time with your wife, kids, and other family members, and always, always, always put their needs before hobbies. Agreed. Jacob, could not have put it better myself. I do not put my record collecting above my family. I do spend time with them. There's never been an instance where we've gone without electricity or water or internet or food. Again, I buy a lot of records. I spend a lot of time with my records and shopping and all of that, but it's fully with the consent of my wife, and it's not all I do. It may seem like it because I put a lot of videos up. I do a lot of crate digging videos, but thank you for being so concerned. Thank you for the advice, and you are very cool, and I hope you're a subscriber. I hope that you get my humor, and I really, I'm being very sincere. I'm touched by the concern people had for me in that video and wanting to dispense some advice, but I'm good. I promise you, it's not how it is. And then another one from John's Music Passions. The addiction to records issue is disguising the fact that there may be a few issues with your family that you need to look at and get a warm result. Not sure what a warm result is, but I'm going to assume you mean a happy ending result. Yeah, again, just having some fun. It's all for jokes, but thank you very much for your clinical opinion. And I do appreciate the concern. And I've gotten a lot of, I just picked these two out, but I had a lot of people like, oh, you'll need to work on your relationship with your family. I don't know where that accent came from. But anyway, there was a lot of comments about you need to mend the whole relationship with your wife. I'm like, no, it's good. I promise you it's all good. But thank you for your concern. And hopefully going forward, you will know not to take what I put on here so seriously. So anyway, just wanted to do this video. If there's any new subscribers who are not yet aware what my deal is, and that's what I do, hopefully you've seen this video and it all becomes clear. It all makes sense now. Anyway, if you're not a subscriber and I haven't put you off or offended you, and maybe you think you want to check me out in the future, click on the subscribe button. I got a contest going on right now. If you feel like joining in on that, more than welcome to. Otherwise, take care.